This is the Ratchet Roleplay Blaster. This got sent to me by my friend Drew, who works as a landscaper, and one day while on the job, he finds this on an unowned property just lying in the mud. This thing was apparently just buried in dirt, left in the rain. I mean, there's still like mud caked on the inside of it that I haven't been able to clean off. I mean, you take a look at it. I mean, the sticker on the front is completely ruined. I mean, all the sides are stained from where the dirt dried onto it. A lot of the paint, especially on the black bars, is worn off. It is an absolute mess. Why am I starting a vlog this way? Because this goes out to everyone who ever said or ever told me that modern toys are nothing but cheap junk because they're not made with metal anymore. Metal makes toys stronger. So these all plastic ones are nothing but crap that just breaks easily. This is for all of you. Sound still works. Lights still work. Spring gimmick still works. It survived. And I'm starting the vlog off with that because I am absolutely amazed that this thing still works after going through that kind of hell. That's the kind of thing they test like military weapons with. You know, can it survive after it's been caked through the mud and still fire? Yes. Yes, it can. So there's quality control for you right there. I just wanted to start off with that amusing little anecdote because that just makes me proud of, you know, choosing to side with Transformers. You know, despite the occasional QC gaffe, they do have pretty tight reins on things sometimes. So good on them. So that was awesome. He sent me a classic Lion-O too. That was really cool. The main purpose of this video, though, is because right now, as of this recording, YouTube's private message system is completely screwed up. I can't respond to any private messages sent to me because okay, subject, okay, that's good. Your message field, fine. The to field, who I'm sending it to, comes out garbled, which makes it impossible for me to respond to anyone who's trying to purchase from me right now. So this is pretty much just my only way of staying in contact or reestablishing contact with the people who I was in the middle of negotiating sales with, but for those apparent reasons, got completely screwed up. So what I'm going to do right now is I want to run through my sales list, just the last of the stuff that I have available, because the first day, first day response was enormous. I probably woke up to like 100 emails across 3 different inboxes. It was kind of scary. So that really amazed me, and there's other things I have to speak of once we get there, but I'm going to just run through the list here of everything that is still here right now for purchase. Movie 1 Hardtop and Elita 1, those are the Target exclusive repaints, both still here. Human Alliance Skids and the Cannon Bumblebee with the masked head, that's still here. Battle Ops Bumblebee I actually marked down. I marked $10 off of that from the original price because I kind of realized that thing's going to be expensive to ship, and I want that to still be a deal even after the shipping cost. So, I want to make sure it is affordable for people. Cyberverse Sentinel Prime still here. Universe 1 Tankor, that's the Beast Machines repaint, by the way. I actually did have someone interested in that, but didn't reply to me yet. For Kabaya kits, I still have 2 G1 Convoys and a Starscream available. Robot replicas from the first movie, Megatron and Bumblebee are still here. All the Star Wars crossovers are still here. If someone wants to do like a package, like buy 5, get 6th free kind of thing, shoot me an offer, because I do just kind of want to get those moved. They do include the Commander Cody that everyone likes. And it does include the Luke Skywalkers that I reviewed for Plastic Addict, like way back in episode 2. Holy crap, I'm old. Marvel crossovers. I'm proud of you guys, because you bought almost all the ones I had. You guys know what quality toys are. Had someone interested in the motorcycle Spider-Man, but again, thanks to these little YouTube glitches, I have not heard back from them. The only one that's completely unclaimed is the Iron Man Humvee. That's the same mold as Captain America, just in red and yellow, and a blaster instead of a shield. Actually, it's more like a chain gun, really. Astro Switches, Only Smoke and Parachute remain. PS2 games, I still have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, X-Men Legends 2, and both Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. I'm kind of surprised those are still here. And again, if someone wants to take both of them off my hands, I'll cut you a deal on getting both. Had a couple people interested in Alternity Skywarp, one back down, and the other one I haven't heard from because of the glitch. My Optimus Prime Potato Head's still in the running. Mega SCF Hot Rod is still here. The Advent Children Airship model is still here. The Retrofire Megazord I reviewed for April Fool's Day a few years ago is still available. And the Classic Legends Fireflight, the repaint of Legends Jetfire from Cybertron. And that's really it. Everything else sold, and I'm like I'm incredibly amazed that I managed to move so much. I really wasn't expecting to move that much until like the second week of the sale, because I don't have boxes for it all. I will be honest. I will be honest. I'm making a Walmart run tonight. I'm picking up extra packing material because, holy crap. I have so much more to ship than I ever thought I would on this first run. It's kind of incredible. Yeah, you guys have really blown me away on here. Thank you to everyone who has bought from me so far, everyone who has expressed interest in it. If I was in the middle of negotiating with you, or if you're interested in something I just named off, also, if you want to see exact prices and everything, please check the description below for the link to my official sales thread where all the prices are listed. And everything is unbroken, complete instructions as well, provided I got them when I received the toy. There are a couple that I got secondhand that didn't have them. I think that's pretty much it for the sale. If you were interested in something and want to message me here on YouTube for it, or if I was in the middle of negotiating a price with you, basically if we got to the point where I'd ask you to send me a zip code for shipping estimate, private message me again and give me an email address so we can actually stay in contact and finish the deal. Until YouTube's little system is fixed, I can't proceed anymore. And because of that glitch, I'm kind of delaying the first shipment of items. I wanted to make my first trip today to the post office, but unfortunately, due to the rush and due to I've got people who have been messaging me for the last few days now that have now completely lost contact with me. In the hopes that the glitch will be resolved in the next 24 hours or so, I just wanted to hold off to make sure that those orders could get in time to be shipped as well, because I don't want to, because otherwise they'll be waiting for a week before I can ship out again on the next Friday or Saturday, which I really don't want to. I really don't want to stick anybody with that. So that's the situation on the sales right now. Yeah, please get back in touch with me. And I really wanted to push that because, like, here's the Hercules update, and I wanted to do this. I wanted to do the Hercules update by telling you, here's the update on Hercules, and then reaching over and pulling over an X-Graver, because I was expecting X-Graver today. And he actually ended up being just 1 day late. The tracking number got my hopes up. So, I guess by that you can tell, yeah, I'm kind of committed at this point. I am going forward with it. I'm keeping enough from the sales to ship everything out, to afford shipping on everything, but I have already purchased 4 pieces of Hercules. Let's see, if I can remember their names offhand. X-Graver, who should be arriving tomorrow, and like most people, that'll be my first glimpse at what TF Club has done. Also getting Heavy Labor, Neckbreaker, and Mad Blender that I already ordered. So, still waiting still waiting to have the cash for, what's Structor and Dr. Crank. So those are the two that those are the only missing two. So I'm so like eager. Like, if this stupid glitch hadn't happened, I'd probably have all 6 on the way right now. I mean, the sales went that well. Like, you can tell why I wanted that last little push right there that I just did. It's like, oh, I'm so close. More than that, I know a lot of people were buying from me specifically just to help me get Hercules, because you guys, you want to see me get it, you want to see me review it, and I love you guys for that kind of dedication. I want to be able to give that dedication back and actually do those videos for you. I did want to bring up something. A friend of mine in Canada actually suggested the idea of donations for the people who are international and want to help me out to get them but can't order. And that's not because, like, oh, it's going to take me a long time to actually get to the post office and mail your stuff out. That's literally because I can't get to a post office in the middle of the day in order to ship something internationally. Otherwise, I would be glad to open it up. I would have sold so much more by now if I had opened it up internationally. So that's the limitation. That's why I don't do that. And I apologize for that. As for the donation idea, I'm saying no because I'm not comfortable taking donations. Like, that's why I put on sales when I need cash, because I want to be able to give something for what someone gives me. The reason I don't is because I'm just not comfortable getting it, because I don't need it. Like, guys like Spoonie and Cinema Snob, they have donate buttons on their websites. I don't have like a website with a domain name and a server that I need to pay a monthly or yearly fee for. I don't have to buy like a new external hard drive for backing up footage, every month. I don't have to buy write material like DV tapes or anything like that. I don't have expenses that come with what I do. Like, I buy something for my hobby like I always do. I put it in front of a camera and I talk about it, and that's all I really need to do. So, yeah, like, if I needed it, if I had my own website, yeah, I'd probably have a donate button up, but I don't. I don't need it. I don't need it to do what I do, so I don't accept donations for that. And especially not just for something like this, where, well, all I'm going to do is buy a big toy with it. If you share that sentiment, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it, but I'm just not comfortable taking donations, so I'm going to say no for now. Like, I'm desperate to get the Hercules, not that desperate. I do appreciate the thought, though. So that's my Hercules update. They're on the way. It is so close. Just need a few more. Just need a few more sales, and we're there. And now that it's payday for most people, The other next thing to update, I wanted to update on Transformers First Edition. I still got to do it. That is First Edition Bulkhead. That's the really hard one to get. The one per case assortment thing. I've heard amazing things about this, and you guys are lucky I bothered to actually turn on a camera before, without opening up this guy first, because I've heard such incredible things about this mold's engineering. I'm so eager to rip into him. My friend Dave in Canada, who's probably watching this vlog, actually hooked me up with this guy, probably for way cheaper than most Americans paid for it. I mean, yeah, I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful to him. Um, I'm expecting Optimus and Cliffjumper any day now. Someone offered me the deluxe Megatron from the 2-pack, which is the only one I'm really after. The deluxe Prime looks neat, but from what I hear, he's just a smaller version of the Voyager class. So I'm happy just having the Voyager class. You know, the reason I wanted the deluxe Megatron is because it doesn't have, you know, the design aesthetic is different from the Power Riser. Oh god, I'm not gonna get used to those new size class names. But Dave, like, Dave's a fan. Like, Dave knows me. Uh, uh, we uh, we actually know each other because we have a mutual friend who I've been friends with for, God, 13 years online. Like, I've known her longer than anyone I've known on the internet. Yes, my friend Michelle, who actually does my title cards for TJTV as well as the opening animation. So for everyone who ever asked me who does those drawings, who did that animation, Michelle did those animations. And, you know, every time you watch an episode, you should thank her profusely because she makes my stuff look so much more professional. But it's weird because Dave was a fan of mine that just happened to know her, so we just kind of eventually got in touch with each other, and he's a toy hunter too, so he's, you know, he could pick up he got lucky and found a bulkhead for me. And the dude knows me. Like, the dude seriously knows me. Look at everything he packed in here. That's a little tiny Daiboken. Bokenger, my favorite Sentai series, so he knows me there. A little tiny Gashapon wing booster from Go Onger. Incredibly random, but it's actually kind of cool because, you know, it even has the engine soul and it all works and transforms. Look at this. Little tiny Decade. Can you tell this guy knows me? This is from this little candy toy line they do. You know, they do all kinds of super deformed Kamen Riders for. And it's one of those lines where all I ever have from it were the Imagine from Den-O. And I was scared of getting into it any farther than that because I really like the aesthetic to these guys. I really like the design style. But I get the feeling if it's something that if I got into it, it would consume me. Because there's a ton of these things. They're a little bit costly to import because they're so small. And I really like the idea of having these tiny little representation of riders that wouldn't take up much space either. The only two reasons I haven't gotten into them, well, there's a few reasons. A is the price thing. You know, the main reason is because, yeah, it would get expensive. And this, between switches, between, you know, memories and things like that, I go through the tokusatsu addictions enough. I don't need another one. It is incredibly cool to have one a decade, though. That is one of the ones I always wanted to have. And the other reason is because they have yet to release an Agito or a Stronger. Or a Gills. One of those three riders, and I'd be, like, all over them. They've spawned off a series that had Agito and Gills in it, I believe, but those are, like, super rare, and you don't see them anymore. But I don't know who started throwing things into this box that had Bulkhead, but those things were cool. I know those were from Dave. Also, just weird things lying around. Like, here's a coffee crisp bar, which I don't think I've ever seen in the U.S. Like, the only catch is I really don't like coffee. I freaking hate coffee, so I don't know how this is going to go down. Also sent me this little Nestle Aero bar. I want to say we have things like this. It's just like a milk chocolate bar with, like, little air holes in it, so it's, like, very light on your tongue. A great ball. It's the black Pokeball. It's squishy foam rubber, so you can throw it at people and it doesn't hurt them. That's awesome. Nerf should have thought of that years ago. And I know Michelle did this one because who remembers that little Iceman? The little Iceman bead art thing. Yeah. Michelle's the one who did that. And with this package, I have Elecman. That is so awesome. It's like, I love it because it's like that. It's a sprite. It's a sprite I can hold in my hand. You know that should look like I just like photoshopped it in. No, it's in my hand, and it is it's very awesome. I love when I get these things from her. You know, at this rate, I might like end up getting like all 6 Robot Masters from the first series. Who knows? It might take years at this rate, but it might actually be worth that. That was a cool little box to come in. So a lot of nice surprises in there. I do love my Canadian friends. That was okay. So that's the first edition update. I've pretty much got the entire series squared away, and now that Hasbro has announced that my hair's sticking up doing a weird thing. Now that Hasbro has confirmed that they're going to try and release them again within the U.S. so collectors can get a hold of them. Thanks for telling me that after I paid a ton of money for these things. Now that they've said that, I do feel comfortable reviewing them. In fact, I might make a theme week out of it. First edition week. The same way I want to do Hercules week. The same way I want to do Rider Belt week. There's like this idea in my head of do an entire month of theme weeks. But I don't know if you guys could handle 28 reviews in a row. I don't know if I could handle 28 reviews in a row. That just might kill me. It's just wandering thoughts in my head. Just everything just kind of goes everywhere. Also, for those wondering what I think of the Prime Deluxes, the ones that are just now coming out, I did get the first wave of Deluxes. I couldn't find Cyberverse or Voyagers or Powerizers. I hate those names. I'll tell you that go to tfw2005.com sometime next week. WTF at TFW podcast episode 186 we just recorded last night, and I got all of my thoughts about the first wave of Deluxes out there. I don't know if or when I'll be able to get a chance to review them yet. I'd like to get a hold of the first edition Cliffjumper before I make any full opinions. That way I can be completely familiar with some of these with some of the first edition toys, because I know everyone wants to know how the mainline ones are next to the first editions. So that's how that goes. You can tell that I have so many video ideas just kind of swirling in my head. I've got Plastic Addict episodes up there. I'm writing a new TJ TV right now. I'm editing the next MetroCon video because I want to get that out. Like, hopefully this weekend I want that out. I want to say that's the end of the updates, but I've recorded this vlog like 3 times because I keep forgetting something. And the one thing I forgot last time, and I'm going to get it out here, for everyone who saw the last vlog and said, and we're real excited because I told you that the Korean double toys were starting to come out. So now double drivers are cheap, metal shafts, and gadget memory gadgets, those are cheap now. Don't do it. Avoid. And here's why. They re-recorded the audio. Like, the music is still accurate, but the voice actor for all the memories has changed. It's a guy with a less English accent trying to sound like the guy from the original memories, but it's not quite right. It doesn't quite sound good. It's really unfortunate. It's the first time I've ever heard, like most of the time, like 9 times out of, like every other time I've ever heard of a Korean Rider toy, it's been identical to the Japanese release, right down to the programming. This is the first time I've ever heard of them changing that, though I can kind of see why. The Japanese accent on some of those is really heavy. Toriga is kind of an obvious one. So that's the unfortunate thing. But I want to let you guys know there is an alternative coming out for the Superhero Taisen Kamen Rider and Super Sentai crossover movie. They're re-releasing the Double Driver. Like the Japanese it's a Japanese re-release of the Double Driver. And apparently it comes with 2 extra memories, which supposedly are trigger and metal. So you can have all of Double in one box. And I know a lot of people out there are kicking themselves because they really didn't want to pay what they paid for the metal shaft. But this is beautiful. This is perfect for all those who got in late on Double. Everything in one box. It's brilliant. And for Decade fans, the Korean one is out. It is very cheap on eBay right now. 60 shipped will get you a Deca Driver. And I always recommend the Deca Driver as your first rider belt because 10 henshins in one belt. Hard to beat. However, they're reissuing that one too. And that one is actually interested me enough that I might even go in on it because my Deca Driver has come up really glitchy. So I kind of need a new one anyway. This one, however, comes with the 10 henshin cards, as well as Decade's Final Attack Ride card, and all 9 Final Form Ride cards. And all of them are printed on plastic, rather than the cardboard like a normal Gamba Ride card. I think the only trick they missed is that they aren't show accurate. They still look like the Gamba Ride cards with the Japanese language and the icons down the side. I really wish they had been show accurate this time, because it would have looked so much cooler. And now, like, there's no point to them being in the Gamba Ride machine anymore. But it is very cool now that you do have a second chance at getting those 2 really awesome belts. And better than that, the belts themselves do come with improvements, and as far as I know, they're actually cheaper than they originally were. So it's kind of like the best of every single world you could possibly imagine. So yeah, if you're hurting for a Double Driver or a Deca Driver, I'd say wait for those reissues because those are looking to be a lot better. Now, I'm looking around. I'm going to call the vlog done because I'm positive I've gotten everything out of the way right now. Now because of the sales rush I had, I'm very low on boxes, I'm low on tape, I'm even low on bubble wrap, which is like impossible for me considering in the last week span I've gotten like I want to say like 10 packages in the mail. So, like, I've got packing material all over the place, but I need boxes. So, I'm making a trip to Walmart tonight to rectify that, so hopefully I can get as much shipped out on Saturday as possible. If your package doesn't go out, I'll try my best to get it out during the week. It's really hard for me to do, but I will attempt it. More importantly, I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope I can get everything out tomorrow, because like 15 boxes I have to ship, and this is going to decimate my wallet, probably as bad as Hercules has been doing. So that's the vlog. That's the update. Thank you everyone who has purchased. Thank you for everyone who is planning to purchase, and thank you to everyone who offered to help me get first editions like Bulkhead here. Mission accomplished. Thank you guys. I could not do this without you guys. So you've once again, as always, come to my assistance. And hopefully I can do a little bit to entertain you guys in return. At least that's the hope anyway.